Imagine if you could earn 4% cashback on your next rent. If let's say your rent is $2,500 each month, a 4% cashback would mean an extra $100 each month. And it's very easy to do that simply by using the right credit card paired with an innovative service called Chexy. And imagine what you could do with all that extra money, travel or invest it. So in this video today, I will explain to you step by step how you can get that cashback. Let's assume that your monthly rent is $2,000. So far, you've probably been paying it cash or transfer to your landlord. So there goes all your money without getting anything back. Now there's this service called Chexy that lets you pay your rent using your credit card via an automated system. And don't worry, I'll explain later on how to get this all started. The great thing is that now when using Chexy, your monthly rent payments will qualify as recurring expenses where they previously didn't. And the credit card, which currently gives you the highest cashback for recurring expenses, is the Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite, which gives you a cashback of 4%. And yes, there are several other options like the Tangerine Money Back Card, NTD's Aeroplan Visa Infinite, which I'll touch on later, but let's first continue with this example. So let's head over to this table here, assuming your monthly rent is $2,000 over 12 months and you get a 4% cashback each month. That means that every month you get $80 in cashback. Or in other words, your annual rent payments are $24,000. If you earn 4% cashback, that's $960. Now that sounds great, but is there a fee, you might be asking? So Chexy enables you to collect this almost $1,000 in cashback and charges a fee of 1.75% when you use a Canadian credit card. And granted, it does reduce your profit. But on the other hand, if you don't use the service, then you'll be earning 0%, $0 cashback on your rent. So as long as the cashback percentage that you're earning from the credit card is higher than the fees, you'll still be making a profit, more money in your pocket. 1.75% on a rent of $2,000 is $35 per month. So let's subtract that from the $80 cashback you get, and you still have $45 extra each month. But then you might say, but what about the annual fee of the credit card? That's a cost. For this card here specifically, the annual fee is $120 per year, but when you sign up for it, then the first year's annual fee is waived. So let's bring that into this example. In the first year, after Chexy's fees, your profit will be $540. In the second year, yes, you will need to pay that $120 annual fee, but you can make the money back through that cashback profit in just 3 months. So even after the annual fee, your profit will still be $420. Plus, not reflected in the table here, you'll also earn 4% cashback on the Chexy fee that will get charged to your credit card, so a few dollars more. Note though that the Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite will pay you a 4% cashback up to an annual spending limit of $25,000. Now, before we talk about how to sign up for Chexy, let's talk about some other credit card options here. With a TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card, you earn 1 point per $1 spent on rent paid via Chexy. So in the same example of $2,000 rent per month, you would get 2,000 points per month or 24,000 points per year. That's about how many points you need for a flight from Toronto to London. So let's say you got this flight here for which you need 27,800 points. And those few thousand points in difference you can easily earn through everyday spending in no time. This flight you get for almost free is worth an equivalent of $933. And yes, there is an annual fee as well for this card of $139. Plus, well, in some instances you need to pay an additional fee on the Aeroplan site. So let's be realistic and plug that in too. So after the annual fee and even after the airline fee, you're still making a profit of almost $750 or 3% on the initial $24,000 on rent you spent. And in case you don't have this card yet, if you do sign up for it, you get a bunch of bonus points. So assuming the same rent spending of $24,000, 74,000 points, which can even get you to Paris in business class. That would otherwise cost you over $7,500. Now, if you don't like the idea of paying an annual fee, I know, then there's another option, which is the Tangerine Money Back Card. So this card here has a $0 annual fee, so it doesn't eat into your money. With the Tangerine Money Back Card, the cashback on rent is 2%. So let's do the same calculation. Rent is $2,000 each month, cashback 2%, so $40 each month. Minus the 1.75% leaves you with 0.25% or $5 each month. But hey, it's still money. But here's the difference. The awesome thing with this card here is that there is no annual spending limit. So let's say that your rent is $3,500. Let's plug that in, and your annual cashback is $105. And there are a lot of other great options, including the Amex Cobalt. That's perhaps a word I never said in my life before. The Amex Cobalt is another great travel card. And then there's also the Amex Aeroplan Reserve or the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege, which both give you 1.25 points per dollar spent on rent, which in our earlier example of $2,000 rent per month would give you 30,000 points each year. Now, is it really worth using this service? Is it worth the 1.75% fee? So this is what I would say. In the end, you just need to compare the benefits you get against the cost. The cost here is the 1.75% Chexy fee plus in some cases the annual fee. But to be reasonable, you would only count the annual fee as a cost if you got that credit card specifically to pay your rent. If you already have the credit card anyway and you were planning to keep it anyway, then it's kind of a sunk cost. As for the benefits, that is the cashback, so the 3% or the 4% cashback. There are several other more benefits of using Chexy. One is flexibility in paying your rent. Imagine that your next paycheck is coming in next week, but your rent unfortunately is due tomorrow. So when you use Chexy, you can simply put your rent on your credit card, and in most cases you won't need to pay your credit card until about a month or so. And if you're in the process of building great credit, you can also build your credits by making on-time payments by using Chexy's credit builder feature. Also, if you're living with roommates and you need to split your rent, Chexy also helps you to do the rent splitting automatically. So each month, Chexy will just charge each person's credit card. Now let's start talking about how to actually sign up and how everything works in a bit more detail. So signing up for Chexy just takes a couple of minutes. Head over to Chexy's website, and to do that, just click on my link in the description box below. Then go and click on sign up, and Chexy will ask you for some of your information. One is your rental terms. You will need to select your rent amount and your due dates when you want your rent to be paid. Next, you will need to set up your payout instructions. You'll need to tell Chexy how they should pay your landlord. Next step is verification, and after that, you simply connect your card. And by the way, it can be Visa, MasterCard, and even Amex. And don't worry if you connect your credit card to Chexy, Chexy does not have any access to your bank account information. And after that, Chexy will take care of everything. Chexy will charge your credit card 4 business days before the scheduled rent date. So your rent, for example, $2,000 plus the 1.75% fee. And yes, you earn cash back, for example, 4% on this total amount, your rent plus the 1.75% fee. Then Chexy will automatically pay your rent to your landlord each month when it's due. They don't need to sign up. They don't need to agree to anything. They don't need to understand the system, not at all. They'll just get the money via e-transfer as before. Well, with everything so expensive now, I think that every penny cent counts. So in case you want to try out Chexy, you can do that by clicking on my referral link in the description box below. And by the way, if your grocery bill is killing you and you want to find ways how you can save more money on groceries, then you can watch this video over here where I share with you my 15 grocery saving hacks. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye!